Clean this off.
We need to use that. Mike, you said for answers as well.
There's no embargoed stuff on top table. As I said, microphones need to be used by you guys. If you get a Japanese question, these guys will pop in.
Do we need to use
You
everything?
can choose that one
Yeah.
to answer. Yeah. We'll pop a headset in, but for now, guys, did anyone move a headset off my chair when you were? Listen to the Fiji mattress. Any questions, please, Dan?
Hi, Warren. After the week you've had, you're just desperate to get going now and get to Monday night?
Yeah. Is that on?
Couldn't hear it there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's nice to get sort of away from the camp at Kitakyushu and sort of base ourselves here in Toyota. And our boys had a good training session this morning. Really excited, looking forward to going to the stadium tomorrow for a captain's run, and then sort of can't wait till Monday night.
It's a strong team selected, as you'd expect. A couple of interesting selections, perhaps. Alun Wyn and Wyn Jones, could you talk us through those selections?
Yeah, with Georgia, we know how strong they're up front, and obviously their scrum as they've used that as a weapon for them. So we've got to make sure at scrum time that we're very competent there. We've been very impressed by the way that Wyn's scrummaged at training and has played. It's one of his strengths, and so that's important for us, and it's been a real focus for us, particularly this week. And with Aaron Wainwright, he's just a player that's continued to improve as he's got on. He's incredibly athletic. He's an intelligent rugby player. He's very inexperienced still, but I think there's only an upward curve for him as a player. I don't think people realise how quick he is and how explosive he is, and he's just really, since his first cap 12 months ago, he's just gone from strength to strength, and so there's some real competition in that back row as well, and that's the way we want it, and we feel there's a nice balance too.
And from one end of the experience scale to the other, that the man to your side, usually too modest to talk about personal milestones, but what an achievement to match Gethin Jenkins' cap record.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully he comes out of Monday night's game fit and available, and then if selected, as he always says, it's a common theme of his, if selected against Australia, he goes on to get a chance to break that Welsh record. Look, he's been absolutely outstanding in his service to Welsh rugby. I think he's got better with age. He's like a good wine. He doesn't like me talking about these sorts of things, but look, he deserves all the accolades and just been a great servant for Welsh rugby. And I think the pleasing thing for me is, I think in the last couple of years, that recognition hasn't just been in Wales, it's been worldwide as well, and people realise just what a contribution he's given to world rugby in terms of performances and leadership and captaincy. So and that's pleasing to see that someone from Wales is recognised as one of the top players in the world in this position.
And Alun Wyn, I know you often like to deflect such praise, but it is a significant achievement. It must be a proud moment for you.
Yeah, very much so. I think I've spoken to enough of you about certain milestones for you to know how I feel about them. But yeah, to rub shoulders with Mel on this one is pretty sweet. But I'm expecting the message from him soon enough to something satirical. But yeah, it is what it is. The biggest thing I can do to mark the occasion is go out and enjoy the game and have a good win on Monday, and that's the focus.
Yeah, we've heard about how the players have really stepped up given the difficulties off the field. And we saw, didn't we, in the Six Nations, that Scotland game, there was a lot of off-field distractions then. Have you seen a similar kind of resilience?
Yeah, in a way, you look back and I think that Scotland week was almost like a trial run, wasn't it? But yeah, I think Dan Biggar and John Davis in particular have stood up, leading the back line in that purgatory time, if you want, before Steve came out, and to man the squad have taken responsibility and picked up their own detail as individuals for the training performance and to set ourselves up for the Monday.
Not lacking incentives, of course, at the World Cup, but does it just add to that motivation that you just want to get out there and start?
Yeah, I think irrelevant of the week, we're chomping at the bit anyway. You know, as a player, we do feel we're being held in the blocks a bit. You know, there's a game yesterday, there's another 3 today. So you know, we don't want to be ready too soon, but we do feel we're in the blocks, ready and waiting to get out there.
Just finally, Warren said that he had better birthdays earlier this week, given everything that's gone on, and you celebrated yours on Thursday. How did you celebrate?
Well, September's a decent month, isn't it? But oh no, just that, you know, the obligatory cake and a few pats on the back and a few jokes from the boys about age and whatever. But you know, 21 again, so I'll just move on.
Thanks.
Warren, can I just check in on Adam Beard? Is he in the country?
He arrived today, just as we were on our way to training. So he's going to do some light stuff over the next few days. Look, I don't think he's going to be in contention for selection next week, just when he hasn't done enough. So the plan is to get him up and running as quickly as we possibly can. He's lost a bit of weight, so we need to get some weight back on him and eating properly again, and then some conditioning in terms of he's done a lot of training and a lot of conditioning over the last 3 months together, and it'll probably take about a week to get him fully up to speed again. So it's good to have him here, and we're looking forward to sort of him getting involved. He probably receive a couple of serious fines from the players over the next couple of days. One for arriving on tour late, probably a fine for the loss of weight, and I don't think he was wearing all the right kit either. So he's in serious trouble anyway.
And in similar theme, Corey Hill, is he making good progress?
Yeah, Corey did some scrums today and did some running, and the plan is to have him available for selection for next week. So, look, he's making a lot of progress, and we're very pleased with how that's going. It's a fracture; they take a lot of time in terms of a stress fracture, but he's said it's just improving every day, and still a little bit of pain, but it's only mild to what he initially had.
In terms of getting Stephen up to speed, has it been a case of handing in the playbook, or have you talked him through things? Or?
Yeah, no, look, it's been really good. He's come in, he sat down with the analysts, he sat down with myself, he sat down with Dan Bigger and Jonathan, and he's just gone through. And look, yesterday we had a day off, and so he spent all yesterday in the team room looking at games and going through trainings, the calls and everything, and he took a full part in training today. The players are taking it late in the week, are taking a lot of responsibility as you want them to do as players as you get closer to the game, and he's started to have a good look at Australia, and had been doing that over the last few days before he arrived out, and he'll have much more of an input into things and the plan that we put in place for the Australian game. So he's fitted in well, and it's been easy because he's been in this environment as a player. He knows so many of the players from the Scarlet, so many other players as well, and players that he's played with in the past as well. So, it's been relatively easy for him to come in, and one of the things about Stephen is that he's a very popular person. He's a very amicable person, easy to get on with, and so I think it's been good how he's fitted in so quickly in the first few days.